Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Subject 4 podcast After Dark. Today, we decided to stream on YouTube tonight because why not? It's shake things up. We're not over on Twitch. We're now over here. Well, we're over here because this is where our audience is, and yeah, we're just shaking things up. Oh, you had Twitch open? No, we're over on YouTube. And hello, YouTube! And as you can tell, I am joined with all of our moderation team and community moderators as well. We basically have an open mic. We'll probably have some guest appearances of people who will probably drop in, drop out. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We do have, if you're watching over on YouTube, we do have a questions form. You can ask anyone who is up on stage any question that you want. But not like, hey, what's your social security? What's your social security number? We're not going to give that out. What's your name? Well, we do have the link for the questions form. It is the third link. The first one is the restream because restream thinks it's that important. And I'm so sorry if you guys hear Minecraft noises. I taught my dad how to play Minecraft this morning, and he's really hard of hearing. So all I can hear is coming from the next room. So
wait, you taught your dad Minecraft.
Yeah,
you posted a picture and all stuff, and I was just like, "Is this your dad?" The screen.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's nice." Is he gonna get into our server?
Huh?
Is she gonna get into the Podcraft?
Oh, I don't know. He really enjoys creative mode. He saw his first Enderman and he's like, "Who's him? Why is him here?" I was like, "Well, you're on creative. Otherwise, if you were in survival, you wouldn't be able to look at him."
Yes, you did.
I did not.
You did. I can vouch.
Come on.
You
guys.
You did. I'm serious.
Come on, guys.
I'm no longer attempting to bully you. I'm serious.
I think
I had food in my mouth.
I had food in my mouth. What did you get? What kind of snacks do you got?
I made Hot Pockets and they are molten right now. I'm not even going to attempt to bite.
I'm making 11 p.m. dinner. In this case, it's tortillas with cheese and ham because I have.
Those are good.
I don't want to cook. Yeah. I cooked both of our potted noodles with cheese and the bacon flavoring. So
you have bacon flavoring down there?
Yeah, it's good.
Dude, mail me some. I want bacon ramen.
Bacon.
That sounds lit.
It's spicy.
Am I the only one that's over here kind of grossed out? Like it probably tastes like bacon treats, like
bacon probably, strips? Or like those, like really fake
cheese in. Strips. That's why we put the cheese in, so you can still taste the spicy, but you taste the cheese instead of the bacon flavoring.
Well, I've never put cheese in my ramen.
It's so good.
You gotta put cheese in your ramen.
I've definitely put egg in it.
That sounds disgusting.
No. Do it.
I wouldn't knock it.
Do it.
No, I don't like cheese that much, so.
Well, do you like macaroni and cheese?
Appreciate cheese. It's good.
Do you like macaroni and cheese?
No.
I have never tried macaroni.
Okay, that you don't like macaroni and cheese nugs? Now that is something that's unforgivable.
Nice.
You're a communist.
Get rid of
Artemis, get out of my brain today.
No, I really don't. I don't like macaroni and cheese. It's just no.
Oh my god, we can't be friends.
In this house.
I agree. That's where I draw the line, nugs.
Did everyone
appreciate other people's opinions in this house, except when it's nugs?
Did everyone take the Enneagram test?
Yeah,
I did.
Yes.
What are your guys' numbers?
I need to double check. I posted mine, but I can't remember what mine. I think I was.
I don't know
I
how correct it is.
I was both 2 and 4.
It's not a good idea for us to do it because every time we have tried it, we've gotten wildly different results. The only variable being whoever's in front.
Yeah.
So that's not a good idea. That would take 200 tests.
Hold on, I'm in like the things I've posted.
Did you take it, Noah?
Yeah, I think I did it and I closed the tab, but I think it was like a 3 maybe.
A 3.
What if you're 2 numbers?
Well, whichever one is your highest number goes in first.
They were even.
I have no idea then.
Anarchy,
I would have
you don't
to
have
ask
any
Matt.
power to banish me.
I would have to
can't
ask
do
Matt.
that.
Matt is like the king of Enneagrams. Like he can, after talking to someone for a little bit, he knows their number. He didn't get mine right. He thought I was like a solid 8. No, he thought I was going to be a 5. He thought I was going to be a 5, and I turned out to be a 7 wing 8, and I was like, hey, neener. But
I did it and I got 4.
I am both an equal 2 and an equal 4.
A 2 and a 4? Wow.
Mine was a 6 and a 4, but the 4 was a lot higher.
Well, I didn't want to pay to like see everything in depth, so I was just like, okay, I'm 2 and a 4. Let's go.
There is an app. Let me find it. Is it Spellbound? Yeah, Ennea app. ENNEA APP. Ennea app. That kind of helps you understand what the numbers are.
Thank you. I will definitely look that up.
Yeah. Ennea app. I'm not sure if it's on
Play Store function, which is to type the install button and tell it to install on my phone while I'm in the kitchen.
Oh.
How did you spell that?
ENNEA.
Without the gram, and you put an app on top.
Yeah.
What?
ENNEA APP. All one word.
Got it.
Ennea. Yep. Both 2 and a 4. Cat is a 2 wing 7. Dusty Girl's a 9 with a wing 1.
Please select the language. English. You don't need my location.
Do Portuguese and just keep asking Ink Knight questions. What's this say? What does this say? Why didn't you pick English? Because I wanted to talk to you. Ramen on toast is a 4.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to take the test again. We'll take the test.
Party, it sounds
Slash,
like
you
you're
have not
ranking
missed
people from
anything.
1 to 10.
Okay, so type. Okay. So I did some research. Type 2, which is one of them. I am the helper. The functions of empathy and altruism. The potential for other directness, thoughtfulness of others, genuine self-sacrifice, generosity, nurturance, negativity, the potential for intrusiveness, possessiveness, manipulation, and self-deception. And number 4, the invisualist. The functions of self-awareness and artistic creativity. The potential for intuition. How do you pronounce this? INTUITION.
Intuition.
Yeah, mine was completely wrong. I'm just saying that now.
Wait, what are you? An 8?
It said 8. It said 8, but I'm reading it and it's not right.
It's so funny. 8, the term for 8 is my way or the highway.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not that at all.
I'm thinking.
Nugs, I suggest you listen to Sleeping at Last's album where all the musics are titled with numbers. All of them are based off the Enneagram. And the song 8, I think it kind of matches you. Not in the way they like wrote down in there, but in a slightly different way.
Nah. Like I said, I don't think it's.
Like if I had to guess, I would give us an 8.
But I never listened to them.
Yeah.
I like how in this Ennea app you can unlock things by sharing. So I'm trying to share it to my Pinterest because that's just my throwaway account.
Pinterest hates me. I cannot use it.
Yeah, well, like I'm trying to share it
Pinterest
to
hates
Pinterest,
everyone.
and it's all like you have to download. You first have to install this app, and then I go to it, and it goes open app. Wait, what? Fine, I'll share it to Twitter or something.
Boo.
Boo.
Stay out of there. It's
Twitter
the place you want to be.
is hell set on fire.
Actually, I'm gonna
Hey,
share
can
it to my
I
Instagram.
save that for the subject council after dark?
Hello, everybody in the YouTube chat. I see Clash Smash just got here. Jotaro.
Yo,
I'm
everybody
saying that
on
right.
Twitch.
Subject 4863 Ninja, Blue Phoenix.
We see you guys.
Yeah.
See all y'all.
Hey, Clancy.
I'm watching
look.
chat.
Somebody I've never seen before called Road Less Traveled is in there too. Hello. and
Oh,
welcome.
I could never know.
Ugh.
It looks like a lovely lady.
No.
Wait a minute.
Troll.
They
She's
look
a
like-
troll. Banner.
They look like someone I know.
Oh
Oh,
my
who could
god.
I don't know who could that be.
Okay.
No, it's Shades.
So
Guys,
let's
it's
see.
Shades.
Nugs. You're
Yes.
an 8, and it says the main theme is asserts control over self-environment, powerful lives with gusto.
That sounds like Wilbur.
Characteristics: high need to be in control over everything. This creates safety.
Nope.
Power-oriented, defiant, demanding, provocative, or intimidating. I think you're more of a me. I think you're a 7-wing
That's
8.
wrong. Like, that's way wrong.
I think you're a 7-wing 8. Let me look it up. Find your
I wasn't expecting two numbers to be exactly the same, but you know, here I am.
more wings. Okay, does this sound more like you, Nugs? Enthusiast challenger. Achieve desire but combining forcefulness with fun-loving style.
Is that it, or is there more?
Well, does that hit or no?
Closer, I guess, yeah.
Can be impatient and blunt, may be attracted to positions of power.
That sounds like Nugs.
When
Wait, what?
when
not fully. It's not. It's a like a 40% match.
this is Nugs.
Yeah, I
When
would-
healthy,
okay.
can be a very loyal, generous, and protective friend.
Oh, that explains a lot.
He
That's
sounds like
Nugs.
both. He seems like a mix of both.
More
Yeah.
Only
aggressive,
when I'm healthy?
determined, and self-reliant than 7-wing 6. A workaholic.
No.
Okay, let's try. Let's go to the 8s and let's look at their wings.
Everybody needs to take the wings into
Okay,
consideration.
okay. I think he's more of an 8-wing 9. A challenger / peacemaker.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
Okay.
Not even
Exert
thinking.
leadership in a steady and grounded way to achieve control.
Yep.
If
Is-
this was like a subject for 863 AU, Nugs just hits me with Wesley vibes.
Is thoughtful and methodical in an implementation of a personal vision.
Whatever that means.
Protective of an inner circle, may dominant in a cool, collected way. Less aggressive than the 8-wing 7. Gentle / caring underneath strong exterior. Yeah, okay. I believe you're an
yeah.
8-wing 9.
I like that better.
See, and
yeah.
I didn't
think
I didn't fit. I'm more an 8-wing 7. I was the other one that we were talking about, the challenger enthusiast.
What does it mean when you're winged?
It means that
BRB.
you don't fit exactly into one category.
Okay, gotcha.
So you kind of
I-
lean towards the
the
partner
duck
number.
took the shoe. That's cute.
I love
They're going in circles.
I thought he had a knife.
Duck just wants the shoe, man.
I thought he had a knife at first.
Alrighty, do you guys want a question?
I
Please.
definitely want a question.
You want a question?
Yes,
I
please.
want it.
Let me
Directed
pull it
to,
up.
is it directed to someone, or is it just
We
all
do
of
have
us?
a couple of group questions. So
Ooh, I
Let's
would
start
love
with a group.
those.
Start with a
Yeah. Yeah.
Violent duck.
group. Violent duck.
if you're wondering, if you're on YouTube and you're wondering what they're talking about GIFs that are being shared on the Discord.
Yeah, unfortunately, Restream is dumb and it doesn't actually show GIFs.
Yeah.
Here's a question that, okay, I find this question funny because we just talked about it, okay? It's not for the group. I think it's for it's just kind of like thrown out there for the podcast. Can you turn on your camera? Sorry for this question. I broke my camera.
I don't even have one.
I mean, I can, but I don't want to, and I also can't do it in a stage.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't turn on a camera on stage?
No, you can't. You can't share your screen, and you can't turn on a camera in a stage,
Ooh.
which is unfortunate. I hope they add that
Yeah.
to it soon. But
Yeah, because then that would be I mean, if I had a camera, it would be nice. I don't think Shades is probably comfortable with a camera.
I can tell
They-
you now, I'm certainly not.
With Shades, he lives he doesn't live alone. He lives with his mom. So I think
Hey,
he
me
would be
too.
kind of I think he would be kind of well, okay.
Me
We'll say
too.
okay, let me rephrase, okay? So people don't think he's like a 30-year-old man that lives with his mom. His mom lives with him.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's his
it's
house.
the
He bought
opposite.
his house. His mom is getting older, so she moved in with him. And I would think like
Sweet, though.
capturing her walking around in the background is probably like a no-go for him.
That's
So
still sweet.
so and to answer this question, apparently the Discord stage, which we use for the podcast, doesn't allow us to turn it on.
Because it's dumb.
But if you want to watch someone who's on camera, Noah, who's on stage right now,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
863
Yes,
Reacts.
promo time.
Go
I
ahead.
gotta find his channel
spam the
link.
links.
Let me find it.
Okay, for the group.
I'm gonna. Okay, since I'm in front right now, I'm gonna take the test once to see whatever pops out. Because it's just me right now.
All right,
I'm
channel link
solo.
coming up in the Discord and the YouTube.
Let's see what pops up.
All right. Here is a question for the group. When did you first find out about Matthias, High Five, and stuff relating around it?
I can answer this first. A lot of people usually found Matthias whenever it was, I think, 2014, and he first partnered with Markiplier. I actually found him way earlier than that. He was just in my video recommendations, and the thumbnail caught my eye. I actually remember what video it was. He was making fun of like novelty Christmas sweaters, and the thumbnail he used caught my eye, and that was my first Matt video. And I've just stuck around ever since because I thought his content was good. And then he started doing product reviews, and I really, really love those because not a lot of people like actually review products.
The Matthias channel.
R.I.P.
The original Matthias channel.
God rest its soul. God rest his soul. But I just really liked the content he produced, and then I just kind of stuck.
How did you find him, Hannah?
Just like a few videos before the one with Markiplier. So, like, not super before that, but right around there. And it was just like what Bethesda was saying. Like, he just kind of showed up on my recommended page, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting.
Hmm.
No, literally the thumbnails Matt did caught my eye. So.
What about
Yeah.
you, Noah? How did you stumble upon that?
For me, it was, I think, 2015, 2016. It was back, like, beginning Battle Universe with, like, Mike as the game master. I just came across one of their Nerf videos, and I thought it was super funny, and I kind of was on and off, like, watching Matt. And then once quarantine started, I, like, remembered, like, I got a recommendation for GG, I think. and I just started watching all their stuff, and then that's when I kind of just kept watching everything.
Ink Knight, you don't have to panic to answer. Did you
Not
find an
panicking.
answer?
It's not panicking. It's just like this panning thing. Like
It's calling them out.
imagine walking into a room where there's 1,000 people and you're just shouting the question and no one is saying anything.
So public school?
Worse than that.
Oh,
Come on, we know this. I know it was either Dope or Nope, because I know we only started watching Dope or Nope and never watched the original Matthias channel. I know we also started like with BU, but I can't remember. Like, I know we used to watch a lot of Markiplier at the time. I'm like pretty sure we didn't watch any of the collabs, but because it was related, it might have popped up or something like that. That's my best bet.
YouTube recommendations. That's how they get you.
Back at the time, the recommendations were better than they are now.
Yeah,
That's
true.
How
Like,
did you stumble upon it, Nugs?
I don't remember when it was exactly. I know it was before Team Edge even started, because I've been watching Team Edge since its first video came out. Because I remember the video when Matt was like, "Oh, here's a new channel we're starting," But I've watched it for a pretty long time, probably around the same time Hannah and Pastel started.
That's insane.
I
Like, you all
don't-
started so
I don't
long
know.
ago.
I don't
only
know.
I've probably only been like, quote unquote, in quotations, fan for maybe about 4 years, maybe.
See, I kind of, for a little while, I watched it for a good few years. I stopped watching it for a month, maybe 4 or 5 months, just because I didn't find anything interesting. Then I got back into it, and I ended up just watching the content back.
I was kind of the same way, because Matthias, whenever he started doing product unboxing, he did like a mix of things and slowly started doing the products more. Like, he did like reviewing iPhone apps, just challenges. I mostly just watched the product reviews. So no, I'm in the same boat.
Well, I do remember when Matt first bought the studio. Like, that was a huge thing, it was like, oh, he bought a studio, and and that's when
I
they
feel
first.
so bad. You guys are such long-time fans, and I'm over here like, been watching him maybe 3, maybe 4 years. I started watching not to watch.
What?
Please explain.
Okay.
Please explain.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was about 4 years ago when Gacha Life stories were really popular on YouTube, especially with like the elementary school kids. So I'm a huge fan of like the Holy Trinity, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier. But so okay, if you guys don't know, I work with foster. I work with 10 foster group homes in the city that I live in, and each home has up to 10 kids. So you're looking around like 100 kids that I help look after. And they were like watching these like Gacha Life videos, and I'd be sitting on the couch, and I try so hard to take an interest in what they want to take an interest in. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is stupid. I felt so bad
I'm just now Googling what that is.
With Gacha Life?
Get out.
No, I know what it is.
It's like little girl stuff.
Yeah.
Once you
I
look
have
it
a
up,
friend
it's
who
stuck on your
did it, or
recommended.
used it a little bit.
I
No,
mean,
I didn't look
if
it up on
I
YouTube.
was like a 7-year-old girl in today's time, I think Gacha Life would probably be something that would be really interesting to me, because you can make your own stories.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are.
But they can. It's like,
it's worthless.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like you can create your background. You choose a background. You choose your characters, and you can like
those
Avatar Maker.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. It was just so Pop Tropica.
I don't know
Basically.
what that is.
It's like Avatar Maker, and then you can like puppeteer the dolls into a
Yeah.
fake stage.
It's like a wannabe animator type of stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which we
yeah.
do have an animator on stage. Hi, Hannah. Um,
Don't animate things. No,
Yeah.
animation is hard.
Animation is very hard.
can
Well, that's the
confirm.
thing. Like, as a kid, like I would probably be like animation, like how hard it is to do. I probably get turned off by that, but Gacha Life like has it so it's like click and play type of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
So
Hey,
I just
Artemis,
went.
you winning? We have not started yet, Nick.
He's
but
not on stage.
We're just hanging out. Oh, he's not.
Yeah.
is he in here? He's not in here, is he?
No, he's
He's
not.
in the recording chat.
Yeah, he's not in
Just
the
went back in
audience. Still.
time.
Okay.
I found the first video I ever watched, and it
You-
was
you
sound
guys-
effects in real life 8
You
years
guys,
ago.
you guys
I
don't even have your
remember that
YouTube
the Team
vlogs?
Edge one, or was it Team? It wasn't even Team
No,
Edge.
it's
it
just
was-
a 1-minute video on the Matthias channel.
I
Well,
don't remember. I could not tell you what my first video was because it was so long ago.
I always delete like we put on all of our separate Google accounts that after 18 months all the YouTube history is just like deleted.
Mine was November. Mine was November 21st, 2014.
Like
It was
first
March 28th, 2013.
it's somewhat
Whoa,
matches
yeah.
our like our memory does not usually extend past 18 months, and it's like 10 years ago and I'm remembering for some weird reason.
I'm gonna go look back on the.
So I'm
Matthias
just like-
channel. We'll see.
So I'm just like 18 months
see
deleted.
if I can find.
I want
I'll
new
go to
stuff.
like oldest first and scroll up. That
To
way.
The only reason I can tell is because of the red line that it shows at the bottom of videos if you've watched them.
Oh, so you just
Yeah.
scrolled
Oh, that
back
would
in
make
time,
sense.
huh?
But yeah, I just scrolled all the way about to the bottom of
Videos.
the channel and found the first one with a red line.
Uploads,
Oh,
I
all
can't tell you
videos.
the first video. Basically, I enjoy watching the gaming channels. The kids at the houses do, but we're a Christian organization that I work for, so it's like they're very particular what the kids can and cannot watch. So I was looking for a
Yeah.
gaming channel that was appropriate for kids, but wasn't like stupid. Like it wasn't like these like no offense if you guys like these Minecraft people, but they're like, "Whoa, today we're gonna build a challenge, and I built this house and I left some loot. We're gonna watch my friends go find it." Like
It's really annoying.
I'm okay. Like no, I don't want to hear that for 4 hours a day in a group home.
No, I don't blame you.
So then I found GG Gaming. So I actually came in because of GG Gaming, because I watched like 5 of the videos. I was like, wow, they're playing like Grand Theft Auto, but they're like games that kids want to play, but isn't appropriate for their age. But they mute it and they insert like their jokes and their stuff, and they're not like going to the strip clubs on Grand Theft Auto and whatnot. So it's appropriate. They make that game appropriate for these kids, like family friendly. And so I was all like, and then I read up about Matthias, found out that he's a Christian, and I was like, okay. So then I submitted it to my boss. I was like, hey, can you check out this YouTube channel? Do I have approval to play this in the house? They watched it, and I sent him like his Wikipedia, like the wiki fandom.
Yeah.
When that was a thing, when Nikki was doing the wiki back then, Nikki doing the wiki,
Wiki, Nick,
and
Wiki, Wiki.
and they were like, yeah, that he seems very family friendly, very wholesome, and it's something that the kids enjoy. Go ahead and watch it. So I got approval, and so we started watching GG Gaming, and then I found out one of the kids is all like, oh yeah, that's the guy from Dope or Nope, and I was like, what the hell is Dope or Nope? So then I went to Dope or Nope and started watching that.
Yeah.
And then I found out that it was like a whole bunch of family channels, like, you know, that are all run by this one guy. And I was like, and
Let's go.
I mean, I'm like, I've been on YouTube watching YouTube content since Lonely Girl 15. That shows my age, but but like that's how long I've been watching and consuming YouTube content, and I've never heard of somebody having all these channels underneath them and responsible for. And I was like, this is really cool. Like, I mean,
the exact channel perfect for kids.
Oh yeah, that's right. Squatter did come in on the exec channel. I love the exec channel.
So
Not many people do though.
I don't know what the first
I
video
love
was
that
because
channel. I love that channel.
because like I didn't have a Google account, so at the time, way back when, so I have no idea. But I know I watched. I mean, it was pre Team Edge.
God, it doesn't feel like it's been almost 9 years since.
It really
Yeah, I know.
Here,
It's
let
crazy.
me. If you guys don't know what Lonely Girl 15 is, let me see how long ago that was.
I was around during her reign, but her content I didn't like, so I didn't watch it. So I know nothing about
It's
her.
just like 863. Because it's like I was sitting there and I watched it and it was like a girl doing vlogs because that's what YouTube was back then.
Right.
Hold on. When was this?
I'm gonna put the game link in the staff chat so we can start.
Oh yeah, I've already sent a
2006. That's how long I've been watching YouTube. 2006.
I started 2008 with a Let's Plays were fresh.
Yeah.
Like a fresh thing. I watched a YouTuber called Zemnort, who doesn't exist anymore. Like, he quote-unquote got bored one day and deleted all of his videos. But around the same time, another YouTuber named Checka Conroy started doing his thing, and I've been watching his content since 2008. I've been watching him for over a decade.
All right, new link is in the staff chat.
Well, so... if you guys don't know what Lonely Girl 15 was, Lonely Girl 15 started off with this girl filming vlogs in her room, and she was homeschooled and her parents were very religious, so she didn't have that many friends and they moved around. So she had one friend and she would always talk about him, and his name was Daniel. But it was just her messing around with her camera. She had like these like stuffed animals that she would give characters to, and at first like it was like not my kind of content, but my friends at the time were like, no, just keep watching. And then it was like you would meet her friend Daniel, and you could tell that Daniel had a crush on her, but she had no idea, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is getting cute, like I wonder if they're gonna get together. And then Daniel made a YouTube channel, and he started posting on there vlog style and talking about her. Her name is Bree, and basically saying that he would like to date her, but she's not allowed to date. Her parents are very religious. And then she started talking about how she's getting ready for some kind of ceremony for her religion. And Daniel was like against it and against this religion. And you're like, well, Daniel, you have to be respectful of her religion. And he's like, no, you guys don't understand. It's like an occult, and I think it's really dangerous. Like, I've never heard of this religion. And you find out that she has like this weird blood type, and her religion wants to do like a bloodletting on her to give her blood to this, like, for this religion. And you're like, what the heck is going on?
180 very quickly.
I know, and
Yeah,
it builds
seriously.
so much, just like 863, and it turns out it was all faked. Like, the girl that started vlogs in her room, she's an actress, and you're just like, wait, what? And it like, it's just like 863. Like, and that when Matthias started doing 863, I was like, lonely girl! Like, I was like flipping out. Because it was...
Love that your mic cut out there for that yell.
It was just like,
it was amazing. Like, I was, okay, how old was I in?
Who?
I was 18 when Lonely Girl 15 came out. And
Artemis, you know how old I was?
What?
5 or 6.
I hate you.
I would have been like 4.
I would have
been younger than
I
that.
hate all
I
of you.
don't even think I would have been born yet.
I don't know
2006.
Wait, what
age
year?
right
No,
now.
What
I was-
year?
2006.
Oh, I
No,
was
yeah,
I would have been
three.
2.
I would have been 1.
I would
I
have
was
been.
0.
I was
I
four.
wouldn't have been born a full year yet.
I wasn't
been
even. I wasn't even 18. I was 17. That makes me feel a little
I
bit
would
better.
have. I would have been 5 or 6, depending on what month she started posting.
It was June 16th, 2006 was her first.
I was 5.
Yeah.
I
So
was four.
I remember it was like the first internet prank. Because at the time it was just vlogs and it was like Mystery Guitar Man and just
Do you remember? I can't.
there
think of
wasn't
his
even
name.
PewDiePie back then.
No, I think he started making his stomping grounds like 2009, 2010.
Yeah,
I have
so
no idea what you're talking about.
Do you
Yay.
remember Artemis? Do you remember Jeepers Media?
no.
Oh man, it's
Like,
like early Doper Nope style.
YouTube back
They-
then was for me to watch my friends' vlogs. And
I
that's what
gotcha.
it was. It was like for people who were it was the new style of blogs. And so people would just do these video entries. And that's how it was. Like you would watch like the popular kids in your high school's vlogs type of thing. And that's what it was back then. But you never had actresses, like a film production. Like it went crazy to where they had car chases. They had people shooting at them. Like Lonely Girl 15 got really big really quick. And I remember sitting there.
I imagine.
I remember the first car chase. I was like, wait, like, should I be calling somebody? Should I be calling the cops or something? Because like this girl's running and her parents are trying to sacrifice her, and you're just like, what is going on? So
I think that's how we. I think that's how we all felt with early 863. Just like, should I call the police?
And you know what's funny?
Insert
It's
here
true.
everybody who did call the police.
Yeah, really.
What's really funny is when Matt first found the key, I was like, this is like really reaching for content, Matt. Like he's just going up being like, I found a key and making a big deal about a key. And I didn't know that, spoilers everyone, but that first key was planted by Matthias like 4 years ago.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was planted by Matthias.
I thought it was just the red one, the red safe.
No, the 863 key was the first one that started this all.
I didn't know that he planted that one.
He planted it because he always wanted to do like an escape room for his employees. But it soon evolved into like escape room for YouTube for the audience. So
the fact that he has planned this 4 years, really,
I know.
Like,
dedication to the bit.
Really though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been watching the whole time, Matt. So you've been doing good.
I have been too. Like
doing
I
good.
okay, I have like with the Matthias vlogs, I do remember him finding the key. So that's how far back I kind of go. But the thing is like I have a tendency, like when I find a YouTuber that I enjoy, I also go back and watch their older content too. And like I binge watch it, all of it. Like,
yeah.
So like hours and hours, I just binge watch this one person. So I can't really tell you if it was during my binge watching I saw the key or if I came in right at the key. But I remember, so when my mom was alive, we were watching 863 and we were trying to figure it out. And I was like, Mom, do you remember like years ago I got tricked by the internet and Lonely Girl 15? And she's a little like, no. So I had to like re-show her and she goes, oh yeah, I remember that girl. And isn't she an actress in from New Zealand or something? And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, you know who Matthias is? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, well, things are happening at the studio. Like this guy keeps breaking in. She's like, oh, interesting. So we were watching it. We were trying to figure out if it was a Lonely Girl 15 moment. And I was getting the same kind of vibes that I was back then when I was 17. So
I was fully convinced until he had to come out, till like 2 weeks before he came out with the announcement.
I was slowly after the whole case thing with the cops. My my hopes were like going down and down and down, and at the end, like when he announced it, I was like, why does that not surprise me?
Did you
'Cause,
all
like-
get like hurt when you found out it was fictitious?
No,
Oh, no.
actually.
No, not at
little
all.
bit.
It actually no,
I
not
was
at all.
relieved, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I was like, yeah, that could have been like, yeah, I'm glad that that's not happening to them, but damn, if that was real.
No,
Yeah, no.
I actually, let me give my insight into this. I actually didn't finish 863, like season 1 until season 2 was just about to start, because I have really bad like anxiety, and I lived in fear that someone's gonna get hurt really bad. So I didn't watch it. So literally, Matt telling like it's fiction was literally a weight off my shoulders. I mean, like I can enjoy this like without knowing
Without
people.
freaking out.
Basically.
Yeah, I was more like probably like 2 or 3 weeks before that announcement came out. I was like, this is really pushing reality, but at the same time, it could be real.
Yeah, real, like it was losing the sense of reality and getting more and more, and I'm like, yeah.
It was too much too quickly.
Well, like the finding the serum, that's when I was all like, "Oh, this is fake, Mom," because there was nothing. Because when Woods went to wipe up the serum, and
Mhm.
it caught on fire, so it's very unstable. It's flammable. It ate through, like when it ate through the bottom of the plastic bin and Sam's office.
Yeah.
I
then it was
went.
like
I like undusted my chemistry book and looked everywhere for a substance that would had all those characteristics, and there's nothing out there. So I was
And that was
like,
some-
that was the last episode I believed it was real. Was
Yeah.
the one where it went through the floor.
That was the thing that's
Because I was like,
still like that still confuses me a little bit. And like I know that they passed it off as like, well, it's vinyl, it won't go through that. But like,
Well-
why would it go through the floor up there? Through
why
everything?
would it eat through a flooring and not eat a person's veins?
Or like I'm just
Yeah.
going like it was on the floor in front of the mega office, and it didn't burn through the floor there, but it did in Sam's office.
See, I was
And
always under
they
the
passed it-
assumption they caught it before it started eating that layer.
Oh, and see, they passed it off as like it apparently doesn't eat through vinyl.
Yeah, because I was thinking, well, it probably used all night to eat through the flooring, and then it started dripping down.
But still, why didn't it eat through the vinyl where it dripped down?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like it
was really more
just went through the flooring.
Yeah, but as it dripped, it should have
It should have, yeah.
started at
Yeah.
least started to corrode the
Yeah.
vinyl.
But I mean, yeah, and
That
I
was one
remember,
of those things that was like an inconsistency that never lined up.
yeah, and I told my mom, I was all like, "All right, Mom, it's fake." She was all like, "It's still interesting, though." My mom was like a huge fan of Matthias, like till her dying day, she was always praying for him because he brings like really good content to YouTube and for kids. So
So sweet.
and I've already shared that with Matt. I even took a screenshot of her last because so if you guys don't know, my mom passed away with esophageal cancer. So towards the end of her life, when she was in hospice, she couldn't talk. So, but as far as I can remember, she was always like praying. Like the room that I have my office in right now, this was like her prayer room. And so she had like maps of like countries and stuff she would be praying over. And she would always be praying. I would say she literally prayed like 5 hours a day. Like that's how dedicated she was. But towards the end of her life, she couldn't talk anymore. So she would write out her prayers. And her last prayer that she ever entered was for Matthias. And I shared that with him, and I was like, so weird that I like can talk to you now. Like she would have been over the moon. She'd be like, Matthias, like she would have been fangirling more than I did when Matthias first reached out to me. But that's a little segue to the next question.
That's so sweet.
The next
so sweet.
question is, how did Matthias reach out to you?
Is this for like you or everybody?
It says everybody. So if you've ever had a personal interaction with Matthias, this is when you guys share it.
Unfortunately not.
Yep, never for
I'm
me.
waiting for it.
I had one. I've had one or two. The first one was actually Artemis. You introduced me to the man.
Mm-hmm.
It was whenever Subject 4 was starting with the second season, and I got to be one of the lucky folks to personally ask Matthias a question. And
Didn't you ask a question, Nugs?
I wasn't there for that, unfortunately.
It was
But I will
airport.
take back what I
It
I
was
will take back
airport.
what I said.
I
though.
was just about to say you
talked
had
to
an
him this morning.
interaction with him yesterday, so shut up.
Like 2 words, barely.
You're like,
But, you know.
shades.
What?
Go
I
ahead.
had an update for Art.
Oh,
That
okay.
was yeah.
I guess
It was on.
technically I was in one of the videos when he first started with the official Discord. I was in one of his videos and he did talk to me.
Oh,
but
I mean,
other
I
than
guess if
that-
we're counting that, I was responded to a couple of times directly in the
Yeah,
SOS.
so was I.
I have never got to be able to join an SOS because I always missed them.
Oh, it was so fun. I want them to bring it.
They are.
That was really fun.
Inknight, did you have any
No.
experiences with him?
Nope, I'm not. We
Well,
don't
you
hang
and Noah
out.
are lucky. He's weird. No, I'm just kidding.
No. So what I will say
No,
though,
he's
like from the
lovely.
small interactions that I have had with him, he's a good person. Like
is.
you know,
From
you
what I
see him on
see-
camera, but he's a good person.
From what I see on the small interactions that you guys tell us about, be it public, be it private, or just things that we see on the Discord, or stuff like what he did right now, like actively asking for input from the audience. I'm sorry, but that's incredible.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like that's mind blowing.
I do
The
have to
fact that-
say,
Yes.
Inknight, you did kind of have an interaction with him, but it was
through you.
it was through me, but it was for you. Like he knew who I was talking about. Like it
Oh
wasn't
my
like
God.
it wasn't like I just came to him and was like, "Hey, so and so, like this one person over here said this." It was like, "No, I used you by name." So he does know about the system. So
I know. That's because was it Wilbur? I'm pretty sure it was either Wilbur or Carl. No. It was one of our ex-hosts whose name we don't say because it is the body's name, protecting everybody. But I think like as soon as the first controversies is I think it was Cyphus. Everybody's saying that Cyphus, aka the stalker, had the ID. Everybody in our system was just like, we're not turning 863 into another split. Everybody grab your pitchforks.
Oh,
We're
I
gonna be
remember that. I
protesting.
think when we first started like talking, it's like, no, we're not gonna go into that with the story.
Yeah. So I basically reached out for Matthias on behalf of Inknight System, and basically was like, "Hey, this person has concerns," and he was all like, "Nowhere, I'm not. Mental health isn't gonna come into play with 863." And I know that it was after a podcast you were upset about.
I think it was before. No, it was
because
God.
because it was mentioned. Was
Oh yeah, I think someone asked in the comments and we straight up just deleted it, and it started building up again in our head.
Yeah.
Like, how can people think like this and stuff?
And so basically, yes, for anyone out there who hasn't heard Matthias's answer to that, DID does not take form into the story. So, because I remember I was like, I need an official statement. I need you to, like, I can copy and paste and put it and give this to everyone who's having like issues with this. And so he gave it to me, and he gave it to me
when
for
Bailey did the
Inknight.
official and when Bailey did the official statement, on the second wave of everybody starting to make questions, it was so relieving to see like other systems typing in the comments like, I'm thankful that I'm thankful that you guys came out and made a statement here on X63 Plus, and I'm like, holy poop, this actually worked.
Yeah. So
Because
you did have an interaction with him. It's just that it was I was playing middleman, but you did have that.
That's okay. It counts.
Yeah.
And then Noah, I know he does watch your reaction.
Well, that's good to know.
He does.
Artemis, are you allowed to disclose if he watches my other podcast?
I'm not allowed to disclose something that's in the works for other fan platforms. There is something in the works because I tell you, like when we have like meetings and stuff, I'm always trying to insert like platforms into it. I was like, oh, you could do this. Oh, you can use this person. Oh, remember that? Like I'm like,
well, that's concerning. Well, thank you,
Alyssa, Squatter, anyone who's part of the official mod team. They can tell you that I'm very annoying about it. Like I always like, when there were like the reaction channels, there was like this huge debate whether that is taking away from views from 863, and I was all like, no, it's bringing in like I'm always like fighting for other platforms.
Fight for the community.
I am.
I guess Matt's gonna slide into my DMs later.
Well,
yeah,
he
I would
talked
be
to you...
genuinely scared if we catch Matt watching 863 systems, especially since we're not like even 10 viewers.
Now the thing is with other people like Chanel and Bailey, that's different. I've talked with Bailey a lot, and I've talked with Chanel not as much, but more than I have with Matt.
Yeah, and Matt has more hats that he wears for the company.
What do you mean? What do you mean hats?
Like different. He has different positions. He's just not 863 Matt.
Oh, gotcha.
Whereas Chanel and Bailey have a single purpose for Spellbound. He's actually he's writer, he's director, he's editor, he's stars in it. He also CEO of the company. He's so many hats that he wears.
No, I very much assumed he was a jack of all trades.
Yeah, and I mean, in the summer when I got him to host on Subject 4 podcast, that was probably the less busy that I've ever seen him. But he was still busy then because he was launching at the time
website.
He was launching plus Spellbound Plus, but now it's plus 863. I do see, more as time goes on. I think he's going to open up to be available for more platforms. We'll see though, because I'm very annoying about it. So
aren't we all?
I know that like there's some official mods that are like, here comes Artie again about like gonna give like, hey, that would be great for the podcast, or that would be great for the Twitchers.
Alyssa just said you're not annoying.
Not me, shush.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm annoying.
You're not. I will fight you, Artemis.
Well, I mean, for anyone out there, I have said this story a couple times. I started making this podcast when I found out when I found out that there was going to be like a 3-month break. I was like, holy crap, that's huge for YouTube. Like, that's a big break. I mean, only like PewDiePie will only take like a month the most. I think Jacksepticeye went on like a 5-month break.
He did, but he had a passing in the family.
With passing, his allergies, COVID, like all this other stuff, depression. I know he went through depression with that, but so it was like 3-month break. That's a long time. So I was thinking about it. Like I was was just a stupid little fan on Reddit. Like, I had just
You are not stupid.
a stupid little
Yeah,
fan.
you're
I will
anything
fight
but.
you. I will fight you.
You guys are so nice. So I at that time I was just nothing.
You are not. You shut your mouth.
Well, I mean, no, I mean in 863 world, I was a nothing. Like I was, I was just a watcher. I made
You're
a couple of
flower, but
posts.
meant to grow.
I had just started making posts on Reddit. Like, I didn't know how Reddit worked. I still don't know how Reddit works, and I'm a moderator, and that's sad.
Does anybody know how Reddit works?
Not really.
Yes.
Alyssa, stupid little fan, shush. But so I had just started posting. Like, I was trying to figure out how. I think one of my first posts for the Reddit was trying to figure out John Doe's height by using the stairs, because the stairs.
I saw that.
Yeah, by using the stairs, because stairs in the
I'm
United
gonna go
States.
find that.
It's
Yeah, I
horrible. the
remember
math,
talking
the
to
math
you.
actually does not check out. So don't look at it too much. Like,
say.
I went back and I was all
I-
like, "Wait, where did I get these numbers?"
I remember talking to you about this in the community server.
Yeah,
When you first brought this out.
yeah.
What
So
height did you think John Doe was?
5'8".
Okay.
I think. No, wait, John Doe.
Yes.
I think Cyphus, because we thought he was Cyphus at the time, was
Right.
5'8". I think John Doe might be 6'1". And I even
Okay.
I double checked it with Matthias's height. And
He
Matthias
does.
is
Someone
6'1".
does. Oh, I thought he was 6 exactly. He's lying.
No,
to me
no,
about
he's
his height.
6. He's 6 exactly. I don't know. Somebody go find the Reddit page.
Matt's
I'm
height
too
is
lazy
an
to go look
enigma.
for my own work. That, and I'm too embarrassed. But anyway, so that was like one of the first posts I made. And then I tried to figure out Cyphus's height, which was Cyphus. I'm calling him Cyphus because I'm putting myself in that shoes. Ben's height at the time. But that was difficult, but the angle of the camera, so I had to triangulate it, and it was I'm not really good with geometry.
Do we have a height for Ben? Like
Oh,
canon?
the actor?
Actual Ben, yes.
I have no idea. I can ask. I can always ask.
I would appreciate that because Art Brain go brr.
And he's shorter than Matt. Maybe he is 5'8".
Maybe 5'9" or 5'10".
Yeah,
The height
maybe.
difference is not a lot.
Because I know
You
he
guys
is
talking in-
shorter when he rushes the cage, the prison bars. He's a little bit
Right.
taller. I mean, he's a little bit shorter
Wasn't
than Matt.
Slouching though.
He does end up slouching when he first rushes. He's standing up straight, and then he slouches.
Okay.
Artemis, did you change your
also-
Reddit thing?
It's pretty
No,
funny
I
because you guys are
didn't.
talking inches and hear me speaking in European. Centimeters.
Let me look.
Can I just not spell?
No, it's Vet Girl
Oh,
69.
Yeah, I know. It's not pulling up
The
anything for
game
that.
timed out.
No.
VETTEGIRL.
Oh, no, it didn't. Maybe not.
Okay,
No,
let's
it's
look
fine.
at
If
my
you refresh
posts.
it, it works.
There's nothing is showing up for that.
I'm looking.
You're not even showing up under the moderators.
I might not. I am too.
You're not on the list.
Did Artemis get demoted?
There's like you have to like. I'm not on the first page. There's like 2 pages. of
There's more page.
yeah. Hold on.
Wait,
I'm
Are
looking.
you on the? You're on the 3rd page. I found you.
Well, it's because I've just joined.
I found it. Time to scroll all the way back and find it.
Actually, my first post is overkill gif.
Oh, I found the height thing.
I did too.
You thought he was 5'4".
Yeah, 5'4".
Wow, that's way too short.
Well, to be fair, the actor that plays him now is not the actor that played him then.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ooh. Artemis
It's an
telling
information.
spoilers.
To double check on my work on Detective John Doe.
Oh, did you post it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to start this soon, or do we want to keep going with the questions?
I like the casual Q&A, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
It's whatever we want to do. If we get
I'm
Emiko in
almost
here
done
and he
with
wants
Enneagram.
Go to the
yeah,
next one.
he actually this math is actually checks out. This math does check out. It's the Cyphus one that does not because of the triangulating. So whoever played John Doe at this moment is 5'4".
Let me find the one about Cyphus 1 second.
It's Bailey!
Bailey's
found
my height.
it.
She's 5'5".
That's what I was saying.
George, you two are short.
Oh,
That's what I was-
okay. I do put him in the. I do put him at 5'4" in the pictures, but he is slightly slouching, and I think we estimated it to be about 5'7" without the slouch.
Is the one about Cyphus before or after?
I don't know if I deleted that one because I was like, oh, the math sucks. Let's see.
I found your first post and it was removed
Oh.
from Moderator.
I know.
Nah, you can't post that. Anyway.
Mine too,
Yeah, what's the
Alyssa.
next-
She said my first post was a terrible fan art piece of Overkill. Here, let me find my Overkill
Mine
picture.
was too.
Mine
see
was
Here,
mine was
I'll put it in rec chat.
merch design for when they were doing like the high five merch, like, and the winner gets. I made one. It was horrible, but then I just posted a bunch of memes. Actually, some of them made it into the videos.
Yeah, I did see that
My
some of
first-
your memes came in.
My
Actually,
first thing
some
is
of them
fan
made
art
it
of
into the
Chanel.
videos.
Yeah, I did see the.
All right, it's not. I'm not
did see
posting the
first-
Reddit link.
came
I
in.
just have it on my computer.
Yeah.
So I'll
This
be
was the
putting it-
first thing that I posted.
Oh, that looks pretty.
Oh,
Here's
someone reported my post saying it's a repost. Ignoring that report. No, it wasn't.
You're just like no.
No.
So I had two of them. I had these two.
I like becoming a
Oh,
Reddit
wow.
mod. Some people.
I remember
are
seeing that
so-
when you posted it.
Some people are
Yeah, that was
so
my first.
petty.
Oh, they really
like-
are, yeah.
Like we'll get somebody and we'll have to like correct them and be like, hey, that's not, that's breaking the spell, or you can't post that. That's outside of guidelines and rules. And
I do that all the time.
you get like they'll report us for harassment, and we're like,
Why?
what?
Like,
Artie, that's normal for any sort of.
I
mod.
hate
Like,
it.
you-
I
it's
hate
so
it.
dumb.
I hate it.
Like
Uh,
for anywhere, if you do something that somebody else doesn't like, and they're like, oh, but I should be able to come on here, then they start reporting you for. You know,
Alyssa,
doing
shut
all
up.
stuff.
This
It's
is
like,
a fantastic overkill art.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That
Alyssa,
is.
that last
I
one
love.
was good.
I love the coat and how you wrote your name on the coat. I like it.
This was the first meme that I made, and Matt updated it in a We Are 863 video, and I was so proud of myself.
You're like, how far have I come?
Deb is Tanner's mom changed my mind. Oh, that's cool.
And Matt said it's true and laughed.
Deb is Tanner's mom changed. Well, it is true because that's her name.
Oh my god, I saw
Yeah,
the
it's
evolution
true.
is awesome.
What was my first?
Evolution.
My first like newer fan art was this one. This was what the 015 grave.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I
Oh,
used my
wow.
own hand in the middle.
What was the last thing I drew of Matt? I don't remember.
I can post.
It was
the
probably a Artemis.
Probably.
Ah.
What's the next question, Artemis?
Well, speaking of Martimus, I have a question here. Wonder who wrote it. What's my favorite Martimus?
Man, I wouldn't know.
What's my favorite Martimus? I would have to say, and this is my answer, my favorite Martimus is whatever Matt's favorite Martimus is.
Oh
But
my
we don't know what
gosh.
the answer to that is.
I can tell you the answer to that is
I want
none.
the answer. No. That's not acceptable. No.
Exactly. His words was Ew, why would you send me that? Oh.
It is weird. It's so weird.
Oh, I hate them, Artemis. That was you first started doing that before we made you a mod.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
back
You
when
did.
that was back when the night crew was a thing.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh,
gosh, the
remember
night crew.
that?
Yeah.
It was like
Oh my
Bread
gosh.
Hannah. Who was that? Let's Bread Hannah, Squatter,
Me,
Sure
even though I
exists
only popped up
somewhere.
twice.
Artemis. Yeah, there was not a lot. There was a
I
little
couldn't go in
little
there.
group of people.
I couldn't be part of the night crew because every time I went in there, we'd just get flooded with people in the VC, and I was all like,
Yeah, and that's why we
Okay,
have
okay.
a tier 3 chat,
yeah.
This is
which is
You
not
all
used very
can-
often.
And
Well,
now
you
I go
guys
into the
can vote us
tier. I
here.
go into the tier 3 chat, and
you guys
nobody
forced
joins.
us. You guys forced us to isolate Artemis from the rest of the server. It's your fault,
Well,
guys.
no, I get it. I get it. Like that's exactly what Matt goes through. Even like on the
Yeah.
official moderator, like when he's on, everyone's all like, "Oh my god, Matt's on!" Like I have to
Yeah.
actually like wake up Shades sometimes and be like, "Hey, Matt is on the server and he's actually talking about something important." So Alyssa, there's your little like behind the scenes with me and Shades. Like I have to, I have to go let him know that Matt is talking about something important. Jeez. Well, hold on. To go back to the original question, how Matt reached out to me was we started the podcast in April, which our year anniversary is coming up, which I
I
don't
We
know.
started
expect-
talking to you and Nikki right after the first episode. Not even right
No,
after the
not
first
it.
episode.
No. Like
Yeah, it was
no,
way
he didn't.
before. It was like,
He commented, "I can't wait to listen to this." And the next day, Bailey got in touch with us. The first time Matt ever spoke to me like directly was June. I know the date too. June 21st. He sent me a message on Reddit and said, "Hey, I made a server. You should join. A Discord server. You should join. Give this to Nikki too." And it was right after I had posted the video because honestly, he probably forgot about me and just like invited a bunch of mods. But I had just posted my video of turning 863 theme into an orchestra piece. And which, by the way, that took like 3 weeks of work, and I'm so glad that people like it. I'm
I don't think I've actually seen it.
trying to turn, and it's so bad right now. I'm trying to turn one of the songs from season 2 into a rock.
Which one?
I don't think I've
I'm not gonna
heard
say.
the
I'm not gonna say yet.
orchestra. I don't think I've heard the orchestra one.
You haven't heard?
My-
No.
Okay, let me find it.
No, but no, that was right around the time, we Artemis and Nikki first made the podcast. I think it was just after the first episode was recorded, because they recorded it over in the community server, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
they
it
And
hosted
right
it.
after I was like, hey, I'll if you want, I can edit. All right, I'm gonna listen to this now. That was when I first started.
Oh, did you post
Don't remember-
Did somebody post the
Yeah.
orchestra?
Yeah, Hannah
Oh, okay.
did.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I just looked up 863 orchestra and it was the first thing to come up.
Oh,
It
okay.
happened again.
This is
I-
cool.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm never taking the Enneagram
I just looked
test
up
again.
863 orchestra
I had
and
an
it was the
8
first thing
at
to
the
come up.
top, and now
Oh,
it's a
it happened
6.
again.
Somebody
This
explain.
is cool.
Besides psychology
Okay,
saying
I'm never
that the
taking the
idea.
I
Enneagram
just looked up
test again.
863
I
orchestra
had
and
an
it was the first thing.
Well, just to
What
let
did you do
know,
this
Ink
in,
Knight.
Artie?
What?
Hmm?
What did you make this in?
Garage Band.
Oh my.
Interesting.
So basically, all I did was I went to my local high school where I was a band geek in. So my band director still remembered me, and I was like, "Hey, do you have any kids that I can record just playing pieces of music?"
Oh,
And
you
then-
actually
All the
recorded it?
ways there.
Yeah,
Gosh.
so we recorded it. I didn't actually layer the pieces together. My friend did, who works for a recording company. And so he layered it, but I recorded it through GarageBand. Like I took my gaming laptop, recorded it,
Oh, cool.
and he layered it all together, and we pieced it all together. The instrument, I did have to end up playing a couple instruments. I had to play the tambourine. Not the tambourine, sorry. What are those
The
called?
electric triangle.
No! The electric triangle. What are those called? Help me out. It's not the tambourine, it's
Cymbals?
it's those big drums.
Timpani.
It's symphony. There we
No.
go.
Timpani.
Those sound really cool.
I had to do that, and I had to play the piano. I do not know how to play the piano, but I know, like, if you listen, it's just ding, ding. Like,
I'll go back.
I'm just so lucky that it was like 863 piano was just stupid easy. It's just push this button, and then after the third count, push that one. So
Button.
Yeah.
I was just pushing buttons, and the band director helped me a little bit. So, but yeah, those are like students, like
I'm glad you caught that,
school
Alyssa.
Not the only one who got it.
what?
You calling piano keys buttons.
It hurts. It hurts slightly.
I'm
Oh,
not
I
a
heard it too.
pianist.
I just
I'm not
ignored it.
Yeah, I'm not a pianist. All I see is buttons.
And I want to push them.
I mean,
all of them at the
I
same
do
time.
I do play saxophone and flute, but
I didn't know that.
yeah, I do play those. I played the alto saxophone and the flute. When I first so in the school district that I lived in, when you become a fourth grader, you start off with a recorder. Like
I
everyone
didn't even
does.
know that.
Everyone
yeah.
starts off with recorder. Then fifth grade, you can either choose choir, band, or orchestra. My arms are too short for orchestra. And
So,
I have little T-Rex arms. Ask Shades. Like Shades makes fun of me all the time. Like
you get a smaller instrument.
but you can't. A violin is a violin.
You can get a mini violin in from
No. You don't get to mansplain violin to us. 'Cause
Mini
you haven't
violin.
played violin for 12 years on a row.
So
You have the baby violins, and it sounds just as good as a 4/4.
in fourth grade, your last week of music, they introduce you to the band director and the orchestra teacher. And
In fifth grade. Yeah.
no, in fourth grade they do the last week, and they basically say, if you're going to be here next year, these are going to be your teachers, and these are the instruments that you can choose from. So us going in fifth grade, we already know who's teaching us. Like Kat, that would be perfect.
Wait,
for me.
is your middle school starting in fifth
No.
grade
It's
or?
gotta be
No,
because,
this was a middle school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
played.
saying.
I'm
saying.
I
does your
played
middle
tenor
get-
and. Sorry,
muted?
go ahead.
Oh, I'm like,
No.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, is people just ignoring me, or am I being muted?
No, we just
No.
conveniently started talking at the same time.
I was gonna say, does your middle school over there start at fifth grade or fourth or sixth grade?
Middle school's 4th, 5th, and 6th here.
That's so weird.
That
That's
is
weird.
That's weird. Because over here we have kindergarten through fifth is grade school. Middle school is
Elementary.
6th through 8th. Yeah, elementary.
Yeah, that's how ours
Middle
is.
school is 6th through 8th, and then high school is 9th through 12th.
Yeah,
Ducky,
that's how
that's
ours
my
is.
favorite gift, like ever.
So that's
love
where I
that
got
gift.
confused. Where you said middle school, because the way
Yeah.
we did it over here, the band and choir directors and whatnot, they came in orchestra. They came in fifth grade for me, and then did the whole, the not competition, but like the showcase, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in sixth grade, I did end up actually joining band. I played percussion for a while, and halfway through the first year
You
of the
look like a
beginning band,
percussionist.
Hey,
or
I like
or a
drums.
trumpet player.
No,
I can see you
no,
being a
no,
trumpet
no.
player.
Actually,
No, after I saw the photo of Nux playing the guitar, I cannot think of anything but the guitar player.
I
Yeah,
still want
but-
Squatter to
Fits you
come
too
on and play
well.
the guitar.
but
If I wasn't so bad at it, I would not mind entertaining this stream.
yeah, halfway through my beginning band year, I was actually bumped up to the advanced band. with one other guy who I cannot stand. This other kid. Him and I were always butting heads. It was ridiculous. But him and I were both in percussion. We both got bumped up to advanced band, leaving the beginning band with 0 percussionists for a period of time. It was hilarious. Until this one kid ended up coming in, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
I always played the tenor saxophone and the baritone saxophone.
Okay.
And whenever I played the bari, it almost touched the ground.
Mhm. Well, they're bigger, yeah.
Yeah. I played when I decided to do band. Well, okay. So when we got introduced to the orchestra teacher picked me out because I think I was just sitting in the front row, and I was always the type of kid like they were like, "We need a volunteer." I'm like, "Me." So
Yeah.
she picked me out, and I remember this because it was so embarrassing. And she had a violin and she had a viola there and for us to try out. And so she gave me the violin, and it like my arm went straight out to hold it. And she's like, stop tensing up, like you can bend your arm. I was like, I can't reach if I bend my arm. And so she goes, "Oh, your arms are too short for orchestra. You shouldn't join orchestra next year." And she said that
That's
to me, and I
funny.
was so sad. And I was like, and like I had, me little 4th grader, I didn't want to be in orchestra. It wasn't like my heart was set on it. But the fact that she told me, don't come next year to my class, I was just like so devastated. Like I
Yeah,
did
I
something
can-
wrong.
That's a dream killer.
Well, the thing is like it wasn't my dream. I had no idea what I was gonna do, so I joined band just for that, and I picked the instrument that he had there, which was a flute. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play that, and that's all I'm gonna play, and until I don't have to take music anymore. So I chose the flute, and I really, really enjoyed my band director at the time, and he made it really fun. So then in junior high, he had a jazz band. And I was like, I want to join the jazz band because I just wanted as many classes with this teacher as possible because he was just fun.
Yeah,
And
so is mine.
so I was like, I want to be in jazz band. And I'm like, and I remember, I think it was my brother. He's like, oh yeah, the jazzy flute. And I'm like, oh, that's true. So I was like, okay, I'll choose the saxophone. So I picked up the saxophone and I started playing that. So I played the saxophone for about 6 years. I still have it somewhere.
The funny thing, so when I first joined band, I preface this with I prefer drum kit over like playing percussion in a band setting. Band setting being like, you just play the snare, you just play the cymbal, right? So I joined the band to learn drums. And I got there and I did it for a couple of years, and it was fun, but I wanted to play. I was always whenever there was whenever we had a song that we'd play where there was like we did a Marvel concert where we played like a bunch of the different theme songs like Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel, like the main theme, bunch of different Marvel songs, and we didn't have enough percussionists to play all the parts, so I would always pick like the hi-hat, snare, and cymbals, and I would kind of bunch them together and play a mini drum kit in those songs. The band director didn't always like it, but he was like, yeah, you can do it fine. Because it just made the song sound better because those songs sound good with a drum kit, especially the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, because that Marvel night, we did the entire soundtrack for the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, as well as some others, and the band director wore the red leather coat, the Star-Lord leather coat and the hat or the helmet and whatnot.
I
That was
got my
really fun.
band director almost fired in high school.
How?
What did you do?
So in high school you do the high school marching band,
never did
and our football team was not the greatest. Was not the greatest at all, and we we were losing, and so I started playing taps. So the funeral song, the military funeral
That's
song,
good.
and the football coach was all like, he got beet red, and he started shouting at my band director, and he's like, "You guys are supposed to be like team spirit, and you're out there
Yeah.
playing the like." But the thing is like
That's
it
funny.
wasn't just me playing taps; everyone started joining in. Like the entire band from the stage was from the stands was just playing taps. Yeah, that was
I love
funny.
that.
Yeah, that was just kind of the same. So we didn't. I was never in marching band, but we did. We did pep band for because I only did band in junior high, middle school. And we would do like every Monday we had like a whole school meeting in the gym, kind of like a pep rally thing, right?
Every Monday?
And every Monday.
Ew.
Before
That's Prayer Wednesday for me.
Ew.
I'm sorry.
Hannah
But-
doesn't have this school spirit, I don't think.
I don't either.
but sometimes
I'm sorry, but getting dragged to the church so you could watch a 45-minute presentation where a bunch of students were forced to cooperate and to make a project for everybody to see.
No, it
about
wasn't like
charity
that,
or
though.
something like that. That's the kind of stuff I had to deal with every single
Yeah.
Wednesday.
But what we
That's-
would do, it was always like, they do like this big game where they'd pick, because every grade would sit in different sides, right? They'd pick a bunch of kids from each grade, and then they'd play like dodgeball, or they do some sort of relay race or something like that. And once in a while, the band would play, and it was always fun when two of the kids. I mean, I feel bad. It was always fun when two of the kids were sick, because I would be able to play the hi-hat, snare, and cymbal while somebody else played I stuck somebody else with the kick drum. So I was playing most of the drum kit in this pep band, and so this other person's just sitting there, boop, 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 with this drum, this kick drum.
That's
It's
funny.
kind of stuck him with that, but that was my band experience.
Yeah.
Maestro was something, because like the maestro was also our music theory teacher, and everybody loved him, even though he sometimes was a little bit weird. But as a joke, we'd always call your orchestra family, because why like your family when you have someone better and make an entire family system out of that? We were like that old sibling that would like it was about an hour of playing, then 15 minutes break, and then the other 30 minutes. If we were not playing with the kids, we would be talking with the teacher, and we'd be the ones fetching the kids back to class, and we were always the ones cleaning up afterwards, because we just didn't want to go home, and cleaning up was so much more fun with everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have some quote unquote messed up stuff from that period of time, but it was mostly hijinks.
Yeah, in 6th grade, my band director was like, yeah, you're all required to participate in solo and ensemble.
Oh, we were
And
never
we weren't-
required.
Oh, we never
to do
had
band.
solos.
We weren't allowed to pick our own music. So in 6th grade, I was assigned Turkish March as my solo.
Yeah. So
I
the funny
feel
thing is,
sorry
when
for
we
you.
did that, because I did like, I was on drums, so it was kind of hard to do like a solo ensemble for drums. So I'd always pick some like peppy snare drum, kind of whatever. Just
Yeah,
and
I mean, I
it
still
wouldn't
have.
take very long, but
Got to pick our own music, but because most of the class was kids from 5th grade up to 8th grade, and then you jump to 10th grade up to after college, because some people would leave the actual school, but they would come back to this music school while they were having college and such. And it'd always be like picking up arrangements, that's a word. Arrangements from stuff like music from Madagascar. Now we have some Queen, some Beatles, all this stuff that the kids would like enjoy to play, because if it's not relatable for them, then it's something the parents would want to see.
Sorry, Shades just messaged me.
How does
Oh,
it get on here? I'm just kidding.
He's well, it's his
I
internet.
know
He's
he
not
can't.
No, he
He's not
texted me.
looking.
He didn't slide in my DMs or anything. He texted me.
Do
Ink
we have
Knight.
another question?
Let me go ahead and ask
Do
Ink
we-
Knight her question. Their
Oh, sure.
question.
I was actually getting ready to ask if there was like any for like one specific person.
Okay,
I mean,
it's
we have a
hot
lot
potato
for
time.
Inky. Knowing
It's hot
you
potato
have
time.
DID, how do you balance school, friends, family, and moderating?
Quick, do you want the long answer or the short answer? Because the short answer is we don't. Okay. I have a slightly longer answer. So, at first it was very chaotic. On therapy, we were actually starting to get like an actual system coping, because when we first realized we didn't have a therapist, it was that slow realization of, wait a second, this isn't normal, that isn't normal. People don't have self-dialogues to the extent of actually wanting to prank each other or make things go out of place on purpose so the other person would have to turn the entire room upside down and stuff like that. So it was very chaotic, and when we first went to our therapist, she was just like, yeah, your entire system is a system that is glued with spit. It's non-functional. So we're
Glued with spit? Is that what you said?
glued. Yes, glued with spit. It
Mm.
was that bad. It was just it's still not functional, not close, not far. But switches are not nothing about the ID unless you're actually taking care of the trauma is voluntary. Like, you guys can see on our nickname, Suit is supposed to be the host and he's supposed to be fronting 24/7. Woober should not be fronting. That's the level of chaos.
No.
And right now it's like calming down, because Brain is like, oh, I don't care who I am right now. I just want to focus on school. I just want to focus on the podcast. I just want to focus on our relationships and stuff like that. But I think it's really helpful to have a calendar, even if we don't have one. But it's a matter of slowly figuring out how to make things work.
And
'Cause-
I would think that you would have some personalities who aren't, because like with everyone has a different way of organizing themselves. Like with
Yeah.
me, I organize everything in my head. Like
Our-
the
our-
entire podcast is in my head, but I don't think you could do that. You would have to have everything written down, wouldn't you?
Not 100%, because the idea of therapy is that the amnesia doesn't get so bad and everybody can sort of agree what's going on. That's why we quote unquote have Suit as a spokesperson. But like, it's one of those things where, imagine that, like, self-care is like crashing down. You haven't, because of school, or you haven't managed to shower like in 2 weeks. Not saying that this has happened. Please do take care of yourselves. You've been skipping meals. You've been skipping sleep to not even to a worse point than we currently have. And suddenly you just have like a caretaker fronting who turns to everybody else and says, you guys listen up. I'm locking you guys off out of the front. I'm making sure we eat, sleep, and take care of ourselves. And then it's like a complete blackout because the caretaker does not care about schoolwork. That's not healthy, but it's not healthy to just binge all your schoolwork like we're doing right now. It's a matter of striking balance, working to reduce the amnesia, and what cannot be fixed with amnesia be fixed with post-it notes spread throughout all of the house.
Can confirm.
Like, Bethel has seen our system map. It's literally just a bunch of post-it notes on our wall, and every time we feel like there's a shift in how the organization is, we just plop someone's name out and glue it somewhere else where you feel it fits. It's not an easy answer. Again, it's like I said, the short answer is it's not functional, it's not organized. You just improvise 24/7 and hope for the best.
Yeah. I'm gonna speed run through these questions. Some of them. Alyssa, yes, I do love you. It just says, "Do you love me, Artemis?" Heart, Alyssa. Yes, Alyssa, I love you. Is
That's
Airport
lovely.
here?
Yeah,
Airport
Airport's
is
listening.
here, I believe.
Airport, you have a question. It says, how did your name come about?
Is that towards
So
everybody?
It's for existing airport.
Oh, that's for
Airport just said,
airport.
"Oh,
Mhm.
Oh, it's
Oh.
for airport. I thought it was from airport.
No. It said question for airport. How did your name come about?
I can read it out loud for
Give
her.
us the answers. Give us the answers.
Yes,
I
Ducky,
didn't
I
know.
do see your question. I'm gonna speed run through some of these, okay?
Give us lore.
Give us
Airport.
lore.
If the entire SB Council
lore."
and Inkite has lore, airport also needs to have lore.
I do
and
have to say, who was I talking to? Was I talking
I
to
don't.
Squatter or Shades?
I don't even know. You were
I was talking to
Squatter.
Shades
You were
or
talking to
Squatter,
Shades.
and we had a theory about her name.
Oh.
We thought it was just like one of those like on Reddit they give you that username, like the made up username before
That's
you.
actually how Toasted Creams came about on Reddit. It was a randomly generated one.
Yeah, so
That's
I was
why-
thinking
that's why she's-
thinking existing airport was randomly generated.
No, that's why hers
Well,
is so
if
grouchy.
it was generated on Reddit, then airport would not been taking so long to type.
Yeah,
Throwing
probably.
shade. Lightly throwing shade. I'm salty today, okay? You cannot fight me.
Mine, I was like, I need a username. And I was eating chicken nuggets. Basically, 4 or 5 years ago, I needed a username, so I used a username generator. Unexisting airport came up, and I was like, nah, it should be existing airport, nothing special. Okay, so it
Aw.
is a generator, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
nice. I
That's
wonder what.
actually pretty
I want
fun.
to go to. I want to see what comes up if I bring.
I
have
know
a side
ours.
one.
I know
What? Dad.
our username.
I kind of a side question for airport also. Where did the picture come from?
It was someone who drew for them.
Yeah, so it's like somebody drew it.
Yeah, I know. It was
Oh, but this is
Okay.
Zaya. Yes, Zaya. Zaya drew it for them.
All right, we do have a okay. Thoughts on fan fiction?
As a
Depends.
fanfiction
like
writer, I step
podcast
back
fan
and
fiction.
Wait,
it
the
depends.
podcast had fan fiction?
Does it?
If
No.
Does
it
Artemis count as fan fiction?
I hope it
I
doesn't.
only know about one fan fiction of me,
Okay, Elizabeth.
and that was
no,
like
not
making me
Okay.
Deb. That was it.
Well, I'm over here like, I hope we don't have fan fiction. That's kind of weird.
We'll just put this because that kind of scares me if the podcast fan fiction. Like,
I agree.
Yeah,
I
it scares
don't
me too.
really
If
need
anybody
a
finds
fan
some-
fiction written like. I can already see.
No.
Like it's either
If
going to
anybody
be
finds
it's
some-
either going to be Squatter and Shades, or me and Shades, or me, Shades and Squatter, or
Okay. So you're absolutely assuming that fan fiction automatically includes shipping.
Well,
Is that the definition
isn't
of
that-
fan fiction we're going for?
I don't know.
As
Like,
a-
how
okay.
else are you going to do a fan fiction on a podcast?
Well, if we're
I don't
going
know.
for actual 863 fan fiction,
Yeah, let's just
Yeah,
talk about that because the other one makes me nervous.
Yeah, me
Yes.
too. Me too.
yes and no. If
I
it's
think-
like nothing weird, like no not safe for work / lemon fan fiction with real life people, that's okay. Like, please don't ever do that. That's just
Yeah.
that's disgusting. We don't want that.
and please don't use the excuse of, oh, it's the streamer Sona, it's the YouTuber Sona, because it's still based
Exactly.
of the
It's-
person
Yeah.
behind.
As far as my own opinion, like, I don't usually read it just because
I don't either.
It's not like I
not-
like the canon story. As
It's
far
not
as
my-
863 goes,
I mean,
I
you're-
like the canon story. I like their story, and
Right.
I just don't know. I just don't read anybody else's. Like, no offense to anybody. I'm sure your stories are good. I just don't read them
Yeah.
because it's just
ACC
like
wise,
I don't
we
care.
ACC wise we don't read anything fan created. But when it comes to other sources, which I'm not going to specify because people are going to hunt us down if I specify which ones, we do write, we have written, and we do read. And it really depends on what it is about. Because, like, superficial stories and stuff like crack taken seriously. Crack as in jokes, not as anything else, please.
No, Inky do drug. I'm just kidding.
No!
Pufferfish.
Pufferfish.
But yeah, if it's like serious stuff that makes everybody go through an emotional roller coaster, then I'm all for it. But no gross content, please and thank you.
Oh. As I was saying, if it's like your own OCs and like other people's OCs that you have like a story you want to do for them, like I'm doing with Syntec and Dragons, which is the Syntec miniseries I'm working on for D&D, that's okay. But like,
That's the thing. Are we classifying like Syntec University to be fan fiction?
that's what I'm agreeing.
Technically,
Like,
it is.
yeah,
That's the thing.
Suppose not. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's
Could.
what I'm
Not all
saying.
fan fiction is like your stereotypical.
yeah.
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 I would okay, but
I know it's
Anything
I'm
anything
as
that is
confused as
both
you are.
anything that is both fictorial and fan made is therefore a fan fiction.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
by
That
the
includes
way,
the
if anyone
use-
out there is interested, you may call this number 661-235-5172.
It's squatters. No, I'm just kidding. It's not squatters number.
It is Squatter's
better-
number. No, just kidding. Everyone go say hi to Shades. No, just kidding.
Pufferfish.
Here,
made
I'll
a new
type it in.
emoji.
You
It's
made it!
pufferfish.
Yes, let's go!
I love
You
it.
made
go.
an emoji.
Yes!
1